I was just talking online with Cutworm, telling him that Honey Baby ain't here. Gives me a chance to sneak out of the garage. I need me some Louisiana, some sardines in Louisiana hot sauce. And as soon as I opened my door, I had my plate in my hand, I had my hot sauce, had my glass of tea, and there was Honey Baby. So I got busted. So anyway, I'm out here in the garage. And I came out here, and I was going to pick up this shirt and wipe the dust off this little chair and sit on it and eat my sardines. I picked the shirt up, and it's frozen. It's a frozen shirt. It's not shirty like. It's like frozen. So anyway, I guess I can still wipe off stuff with it. But I'm gonna sit here. I figured I'd use Mike's hot rod for a backdrop because it's prettier than anything else around here except Honey Baby. But I know last time I ate sardines down in Georgia, y'all joined me out in the Dixie garage down there. This is the table I used to work the on the heads on the Chevy 283 a while back. I'm gonna use it to put my sardines on. I got my crackers here. Oh yeah, these are just for sake in it. You know, everybody thinks I want to do anything to show, what do you call that, product placement? I wouldn't mean that to be product placement. Since I'm doing it, here's Louisiana. This is Fisherman's Net. These aren't Stinsons. I used to drive a truck and haul fish for Stinsons, and I used to haul up to Black's Harbor and haul fish in a gas tanker. Well, no, it wasn't a gas tanker. I used to haul fish in a tanker up to Black's Harbor, and they'd process them up there. And there's actually a YouTuber out there that used to work in that fish plant. Him and his whole family worked in the fish plants up there. And he responded to one of my videos about having worked in the fish plant up in Black's Harbor. I thought that's kind of cool because that was oh Lord, that was 25 or so, maybe 30 years ago, back before they rebuilt the airline. The airline was Route 9, which was also known as it's kind of the Death Highway. It's the song that Dick Perlis wrote a song about, where he said, there's a stretch of main road up in them woods that's never seen a smile. If you counted all the crosses that's put out by the road, there's a tombstone every mile. A tombstone every mile. And that ain't no joke. That was a scary piece of roadage, and the guy I was driving for, I think he was a drug pusher anyway, because somebody told me later on I was probably hauling illegal drugs out of the country and didn't know it. But man, he had a truck with no brakes on it. It's one of them old cab over International Transtars, one of the early ones with the funny little round cab, and the brakes didn't work, and I broke a set of springs on it before I got back on one of his trucks one time. I was driving up there in the snow with hardly any brakes, overloaded. Yeah, and all that. It's probably illegal in about 100 other different ways, but I was young, and at that time I just moved to Maine, and I was working in the Stinson fish plant that ain't there no more in Rockland, and I started out shucking shrimp. Now, shucking shrimp is rough on your hands, you know. It just eats your hands right up. And little shrimp's got them little pointy things, and you can't hardly get the shells off of them. It was women, and they come right out of the salt water, and it's cold. It was women in there that shuck them quick. Not me, buddy. I couldn't. So they put me to carrying shrimp. I'd carry the shrimp out to the ladies, and they liked me because I'd get the shrimps out there fast enough to keep up with them. But this guy, I'm not gonna call his name because I done accused him of being a drug lord or something. But anyway, this guy came in up there, and he's looking for a truck driver to haul some stuff, and somebody told him I could drive a truck, and they fished me out. That was a pretty good phrase. They fished me out of the shrimp plant. Anyway, where was I going with that? Anyway, they called me up in the office, and he said, "You know how to drive a truck?" And I said, "No, huh?" He said, "I need somebody to haul a load of fish up to Canada." And I said, "Okay, beats what I'm doing." So that got me back into truck driving a little bit. And from there I went to hauling lobster traps for this other guy down in Massachusetts, which was awful because people in Massachusetts are rude. At least they was back then. I married a woman from Massachusetts now, but back then they made fun of me so hard because I was Southern. And man, I came pretty close to wanting to whoop some guys, but there was more of them than me, and they was bigger than I was. And so I didn't whoop nobody, but it was in my mind. It was in my mind. That was back when I was a younger buck, and I took things a lot harder then than I do now. Now you can call me about anything but I don't care, because that's what 20, 30 years of truck driving, you pretty much get called everything in a book. You get used to it. Don't matter after a while. Oh, good. Well, I can get all the hot sauce juice out of it too on my crackers. That's about as close to heaven as you can get right there. So I was going to go see Tyler today, but he's too sick to have company, I think. He said he really wasn't up to it, so he must be doing pretty bad. Then y'all know about him. He was a young fella that was hanging out with Mike Hall before he died. Mike died of cancer back in December. He's the one that built this car, Mike is. Well, Tyler was a good friend of Mike's. He said Mike was like a daddy to him, and now Tyler's got cancer too. He's not doing good. I put up a GoFundMe page for him. I was actually hoping to make a video to put up to talk a little bit about that, but you know, if he's so sick that he can't have company, he's not doing well at all. And he made a statement the other day that the money from the GoFundMe account is what they was eating off of now, because he's not working and not getting a paycheck and he's sick. So I was gonna make a big video, and I was thinking, you know, anytime you have something awful going on, laughter is vital. I used to work in an ER emergency room as a crisis clinician, and the people in the ER had great sense of humor, because they had horrible things rolling in the door all day long, all night long, you know. And when you're in a situation like that, you tend to develop the blackest, funniest sense of humor in the world. And I was thinking, well, if me and Tyler could find a way to joke around about his condition, you know, maybe we could put that up and get people to have some compassion for him and go over to his GoFundMe page, you know. But I didn't get to see him, but at least I can talk about it here while I'm eating my sardines. Of course, I'm having exponentially, that's a big word I just made up, exponentially large. I'm having I'm having real big fun here eating these sardines. And talking about Tyler and his GoFundMe page, and the guy that used to work in the fish plant. I think it was Stinson's. I think Stinson's on that fish plant too, up in Black's Harbor. Yep. Life is good. Let me tell you, buddy. I was just talking to Stan Silva, and he's telling me about somebody else got cancer. And then, you know, I thought we decided we need to live good and live hard and live big, because people are dropping dead all around us. And we need to get all we can out of it every day. If that means sneaking out in the garage and eating sardines with hot sauce, well, sneak out in the garage and eat some sardines with hot sauce, because you might not get another day to do it. That's all I'm saying. Got me some iced tea right here. Lord have mercy, I'm breathing fire. Woo-hoo. So I don't know what else we was going to talk about. I can't think of it, whatever it was. I'm sure it's vitally important. I had a guy one time, because I say that, it's vitally important. I love to use words that are the wrong words. I do it on purpose. No, I do it on purpose. I do it on purpose. No, I do it on purpose. Because when I was a little kid, all the school teachers wanted me to, you know, use the proper English. And I moved out in the country where people talk like Southern people, and they didn't use proper English. They used Southern English, and I kind of liked that. I wanted to be able to speak properly in case I was called before the council to speak in front of the presidential committee. But it was a lot more fun to talk like a Southern redneck, and in my old age, it's a lot more fun to use words that ain't exactly the right words. So I said something about, what was I talking about? Important. It's very important. It's very important that you do this and that. Well, somebody called me to task for that. They said, you know what that means? And I was like, I do, but sometimes I like to play dumb. See, if you lower your expectations, or if you lower the expectations that other people have of you, then they don't expect so much out of you, so it's a lot easier to meet their expectations if they're really my lips are cold now. It's a lot easier to meet their expectations if they're low. So, I mean, if you talk funny, and if you use wrong words and stuff, they don't expect much out of it because they think you're ignorant redneck, which, you know, if the shoe fits, wear it. Wear it, that's all I'm saying. So the wind is whistling out there. It's about 30 degrees, maybe a little lower, maybe a little higher. Pretty chilly. I'm gonna do some work out here on the rat rod trailer, but these fish was calling me, and I still got some videos I ain't made yet. I went up to Luke's yesterday and saw his 47 GMC Greyhound bus with the 671 Detroit engine in it, which I didn't know, but those engines were used in the World War II landing craft, which meant that they was using engines like that to land on the beaches in Normandy during D-Day, which is pretty honking stuff. And that bus is made out of aluminum, which after the war they was melting down in World War II airplanes and using the aluminum to build all kinds of things. So probably some of the aluminum in that bus helped us to win World War II, so that we're not all speaking German and Japanese here. I'm just saying. It's very important. Very important to know your history. Your history. Gotta know your history. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So, all this talking is kind of interrupting my eating. I might turn this camera off. I need to blow my nose anyway. Of course, I don't want to blow it on this because it's frozen. That would hurt my nose if I blew it on that. So maybe I just need to hurry up and eat and go back in the house so I can blow my nose on something that ain't frozen. I don't know. Anyway, there's that. So unless y'all can think of something very important that I need to be talking about from hence on, I'll cut the camera off so I can focus. I can put my whole entire focus on to eating up the rest of these delicious sardines in Louisiana hot sauce. Yes, sir. These come from a company called Fisherman's Net, which I don't know where they're from, but it's all right. Still good. Probably if I could read fine print and tell me stuff. There's stuff I don't need to know. A lot of stuff I don't need to know out there. It's disgusting when I do that. Oh, I got a sticker from 63 Impala today. Well, the YouTube artist used to be known as 63 Impala, and or Ken Coates, who is now known as Waylon Noir. And that's a nice sticker. I hadn't figured out how to put it on yet. Apparently it's it comes with instructions, so it's a highly technical process for putting it on there, but I'm happy to have it. I'm gonna stick it on my rat rod. It got me thinking, Mr. Heavy Chevy's got stickers. Shivaholic's got stickers. Cutworm, I think he got some stickers. I think I got a cutworm sticker back there. I ain't got no sticker. Maybe I ought to get, he was talking about, I couldn't quite decipher the letter he sent me, but it said something about he was supporting some young lady in her business, and I couldn't figure out what her business was, but the stickers was in there, and I thought maybe that's her business making stickers. So I was thinking, well, if he knows somebody that can make some stickers, maybe I ought to think up a sticker. You know, we talked about that a long time ago. Somebody said, you ought to have a logo. And we talked about making one up, but I never did because I'm basically lazy. And I got a short attention span, and I can be all focused on something one day and forget about it the next. But I was thinking, well, maybe if I could think of what to put on a sticker, I'd get me some stickers made, and then people could stick them on their stuff. Yeah. You know, I'd get me a sticker that says R Peak in the middle, and then up top it could say I can, on bottom to say fix that. So R Peak, I can fix that. You know, that'd be a pretty good sticker for me, don't you think? It's appropriate. Very appropriate. It's apropos. That mean anything? I've heard people say that before. It's apropos. I think that means it's appropriate. I don't know. Because why would they shorten it up to say apropos if the word was appropriate? Why? Why would they do that? Pardon me, I have to snort every so often because my nose is running from the inside out. So if that makes a horrible noise, it makes you want to, you know, throw up and stuff, just try to ignore it. Try to focus on something else. Focus on something nice. There's nice things out there you can focus on. I'm just saying. Oh, that's delicious. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir, Bob. I will say this, the hot sauce is kind of keeping me warm, so I'm not really feeling the effects of the cold weather quite as much as I could be, which is a good thing, I do believe. Yep. I'm beginning to feel satisfied in my inside parts. That's good. That's real good. Two more of these crackers. It's got me. I gotta get free. It's eating my hand. Ah! He's joking. Let me go. Get me choked up, I choked to death out here. Ain't nobody around to do the Heimlich maneuver on me. All right, a few takes. Takes balls of fire. Nose is running and I can't jump up and go catch it. I'll just fast forward all these eating parts that way. Don't just be sitting there watching me eat stuff. That's good. Yeah, that's absolute happiness right there. Hot sardines on a cold day. I'm put some crackers in here and soak up all the hot juice and eat that. Yes, sir, Bob. I see I can throw these right in the garbage can right here. That way I don't have to take them back in the house. I don't get that smell in the house. That worked good. Alright. That's my lunch. Hope you're having a good one wherever you're at, and if you're not, just get over it. That's all I'm going to say about that right there. See you later.